say, I need my pussy waxed, I need my hair done, I need my nails done, sit in that shit, no problem.
I love us women, but like I'm tired of going to events.
Stay with the girl. I knew y'all would get tired of being with your girls. You chose the bear. Go on a date with the bear.
He won't care if I have horrible spending habits. He's gonna fit the bill.
A real man would take care for a chick with 3-4 kids. Baby girl, I'm not a real man.
Being called a real man is deadass one of the most insulting things a woman could ever say to you.
So if I don't call you, you don't call me?
But I am not your mother!
I need them to bring back the real niggas. When I say, I need my pussy waxed, I need my hair done, I need my nails done, sit in that shit, no problem.
The classic definition of a real man, according to modern women, which is the real man is always in servitude. The real man is always jumping through hoops. The real man is always willing to accept something. The real man is always getting the short end of the stick, and somehow women think that is appealing to men. So if by your definition, women, you are saying real men accept 8 baby daddies, real men accept somebody 100 pounds overweight, real men accept this, real men accept that, it's like, then why do we want to be real men if that's the definition of real men? But of course it's not, and men don't go off of women's definition of real man. Good thing we do not do that, because that would be a life of servitude, a life of second-class citizenship. It would feel like, absolutely, in a life of working just to have some woman that might like you on some days have a luxury, soft life. No thank you.
Where did the real men go? Or they'll say, you would do this if you're a real man. Or they'll say, where are the good men? That ship has sailed. All the old tricks of the trade are no longer tricks of the trade. Men know it as manipulation, and you ladies do too. You've used it for far too long. Understand, ladies, that time is done. It's a new era now, and you ladies have to respect it. The fact that you're still trying to use the old tricks of the trade, what you call the tricks of the trade, is an insult. It really is. Men say, like, you trying to play that on me, and she played it on some other sucker? Or guys, you know what happens? Guys see it done to other men. You know why? Because the same guys that some ladies reject, other ladies see as the highlight of their life. So what do they show? They show that man that they treat other men like crap. I've saw before. I'm sure some of you guys have too.
Where are all the good men?
Well, actually.
Living life in peace.
If you a good man, please step to the front.
No, thank you. Please.
And if you wondering about us good women, we're around. I mean, we probably at home. We'll come out, do what we got to do. We mind our own business, and then we right back at home. So if you happen to run into one of us good women, you better think fast, okay? Because it might be a missed opportunity.
I officially resign from manhood. As of today, do not count me when it comes to being a man, and being a real man. Because what do you mean everything that has to do with being a man is pain and suffering and sacrifice and not enjoying life? Eh? Why is it that every time we talk about being a man, it means you must suffer, you must sacrifice yourself for women and children, you must not be happy? We have even villainized it. The more scars you have, the more manly you are. The more angry, the more aggressive you are, the more manly you are. I am resigning for that. I want to live the soft life. As of today, I am resigning from being a man. I am officially going to live the soft life. I want to live soft. I want to be happy. I want to be able to dance and not being called gay. I want to be able to enjoy my life as much as I can without worrying about being a real man. A real man does this. I resign. I resign from being a real man as of today. Because what you mean, everything that has...
Well, I understand him, right? Because that's what it is. And also, when you're a man, you're labeled by men and the ladies as well. And a lot of the guys are done. You know what happened? Where did all the men go start? that's the day men finally said, "Save yourself, black man." I'm telling you, that's what happened. Men started saying that. Men started feeling that way. Then all of a sudden you see videos. Where did all the men go? Why? Because things changed. You see some people make videos, oh, touch some grass. See what's happening in the real world. No. What's happening on the real world a lot of times is on the internet. Yes, of course. You go in regular life, you're gonna see regular guys with regular girls. They're out there. But I'll tell you what's happened. So many girls are brainwashed by social media. Yeah, it's really a problem. So what guys talk about on the internet, you go out in the street and you'll see those same things. Men are not just making that up.
In the house.
I love us women, but like I'm tired of going to events.
Stay with the girls.
1,000,001 girls, and there's like 2 men in the corner. Like,
Deal with it.
Real talk alert.
man, y'all don't want to leave your house.
No. Stay away. Stay away. We are in the house. Gym, home, work, home again. Maybe go to mama house. Maybe go to dad house. That's about it. I'm not gonna say we not messing with y'all, but y'all not about to mess up our peace. Y'all been trolling us ever since y'all got on this internet. Ever since that Creator Fund came out, y'all been acting up, talking out y'all necks, and now when you go outside, there ain't nobody to be outside with. I knew y'all would get tired of being with your girls. You can only go on so many dinner dates with your girls and act like you having fun. We in the house. You said leave you alone. You chose the bear. Now what?
Bear with it.
Go on a date with the bear. Go on a date with the bear. Look for the bears at the bar. How about that?
Some women will say what a real man is. It's always like a real man won't mind if I have 10 kids from 10 different baby daddies. He's going to love all them kids and take care of all them kids. Or a real man doesn't mind if I slept with 500 guys between the ages of 19 and 20. He's going to love me anyway. He won't care if I have horrible spending habits. He's going to fit the bill. Like, it's never positive. It's never about a real man will have some kind of self-worth. Like, a real man will never tolerate respect. A real man will walk away from me if I'm ever disrespectful to him. It's never anything like that. It's always a real man's going to put up with someone else's BS. You guys ever notice that? Because I noticed that. What do you think?
We agree. The rule of law in ladies' minds, right? Because real men always been around. And you know what they consider real men? The man that everybody wants. Well, no. There's some real everyday men walking around with regular jobs, with regular pay. That's who you ladies used to get with. That's why around this time in the world, around this day and age, you see so many struggling. Get with a man. Actually, give a man your everything, not money. I'm not talking about money, because I see a lot of videos and I reacted to them in the past day, right? Ladies struggling. It'll be so easy. Like, remember Lauryn Hill? It can all be so simple. That's how it go, right? It could all be so simple by tag teaming with a man, going 50-50, because no man is dealing with nonsense. Go 50-50 and take a man serious. Show him you love him. Because for the people that say, oh, touch grass, you go outside and see what's going on in the real world. Yeah, there are regular couples in the real world, but everybody's changing. Not for the good either.
What's this thing now where the men won't call you for a couple of days and then pop up like, so if I don't call you, you don't call me? Baby, I know you're used to seeing your mother pick up her phone and beg your father to come home.
But I am not your mother.
You can't make this up.
The Bible says a woman should speak when spoken to. If you don't speak to me, I don't speak to you. I know you think absence makes the heart grow fonder, but now that you've been absent, I'm fond of another man.
I wonder why they left.
In the book of Real Nigalations, chapter 1, it says, if you don't use it, you shall lose it. Y'all not reading the Bible. If you don't call me, I won't call you. And now you lost me, bozo.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
No, he's right. Because the moment you say a real man, it's followed by the most obtuse rubber goo that a woman can put you through. A real man gonna pay for the date and put a deposit $200 down. A real man gonna pay for nails. I'm not trying to come off as like a rep him, but at some point you gotta like wake up and realize like it's kind of crazy. I'm supposed to step up for somebody else's kids? No. Yo, he's right. Yeah, no. When I hear somebody being called a real man, I just know some goofy ass niggas getting taken advantage of.
Men know. Men have smelt the coffee. Understand, ladies, what's going on. Because you still say the same thing. Ladies have to understand. Real men know the game. Respect it. Before, in the clubs, right? I remember I'd be out. If a man was buying drinks, he was seen as a sucker. A man, even not just the club. If a man was spending on a girl, he was seen as a sucker. And why do you think so many men are hip to that game now? Of course, men are going to find out what's going on.
You know, the older I get, the more I realize that people really do not give a damn about you, okay? I don't care who they are. People are really out here for themselves, okay? People will literally fake smile with you and, you know what I'm saying, be extra nice with you, but behind that smile, they are frowning up, okay? They really don't like you for real. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, if I were you, I would just focus on yourself and your kids. If you got kids, worry about y'all, okay? Because every person is out here for themselves. They do not care about you whatsoever, family or not. But that's it, y'all.
I ain't gonna lie. A lady was like, oh, you a real man. Bitch, I looked at that hoe. I felt like she called me out my name. Bitch, don't call me no real man. I don't want to be labeled that. I do not want that shit at all.
Yeah.
Do not call me a real man. I'm just me. She said, oh, you a real man. You look like a man. You look like the type of man that don't go 50-50. Bitch, I am the type of man that go 50-50. For sure. For sure. Oh, I can't respect a man that goes 50-50 with a woman. I don't give a what you talking about. That Jedi mind do not work over here. A real man would take care of a chick with 3-4 kids. And baby girl, I'm not a real man.
For real.
I'm actually the complete opposite of what a real man is. I'm a man that does what the I want to do. I don't do anything for your validation. You feel me? So all that, oh, a real man, you can have it. That Jedi mind trick never worked on me. Never worked on me, but I be countering that shit, bitch. Using all my mind power, like, bitch, you ain't finna get me, ho. You ain't finna get me with that okie doke.
Look, y'all, hear me out.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Okay? A lot of women feel like they're at the top of the totem pole as a woman if they are in a relationship, they're a fiance or they're married, right? They are so happy just to have gotten chose and validated and feel like they're valued by someone else because they need someone else to fill that void that they, a value that they can't give to themselves. Okay. And I said that being married to a man that does not fully provide for you is not a flex because y'all are both working and everything, but you're the only one cooking, cleaning, and really physically taking care of them children. But here's the real kicker, right? A lot of men are settling down with women and marrying women at a certain age in their life because they need help, right? Because there some men.
I'm going to stop it right there because I've played this clip before, but this is the type of lady who sees participating with a man as slavery, right? Now, you have to understand the types of guys that are out there, right? I'll break it down for you. Me, I don't believe in 50-50 straight down the line, right? You have some guys that believe in 50-50 split everything, but there are a lot of guys that don't mind splitting things 60-40 or maybe even 70-30. See, you ladies that sit there and talk like this, it lets me know one problem is wrong with you. Things are flat. Flat purse.
I'll never buy a nigga nothing. We know flat purse.
Be advised, when you hear somebody say, there's no more good women left, where are all the good men? Just know that person stinks. They reek of some type of fish. Maybe if I had to put money on it, sea bass, I would say. Because what you'd have us believe, 8 billion people on this earth, not a single one of them is a good person. You'd have us believe 8 billion people of the human beings on this planet, they're all unscrupulous vagabonds. You know, to be fair, you could be right. You could be right. Or maybe, just maybe, you're the one that they're avoiding. When a good person sees you coming, or rather they'll hear you coming, you and your stampeding hooves, you devil. When they sense you on the horizon, when they smell that marine odor emanating from your body, they'll turn, hit the jets, they won't even run, they'll flee. Go and search up the definition of that word, flee. I guarantee you it has panic somewhere in there. They'll leave in a hurry, in a panic. What, 8 billion people? If I go and speak to somebody right now, I can guarantee you 5 times out of 10, six times out of 10, they're a good, kind-hearted, trustworthy individual. But what, when you engage with them, when you speak to them, all of a sudden they don't be reverse. You come like Emu from One Piece, they'll just change their personality. Now they're a villain, they're a bad guy. Guys, introspection is a blessing. Please reflect. If everybody you encounter is a bad person, maybe you're the problem.
Women don't want a man with logic. They want a man who agrees with their feelings. They'll say, oh, I want a man that understands me. Translation, I want a man who nods his head and says, yes, baby, even when I'm dead wrong. The second logic enters the chat, when you point out their contradictions or the flaws in their stories, now you're toxic, now you're negative. But the reality is, most women aren't looking for logic, they're looking for validation. They don't want a leader, they want a mirror. That's why when they actually do meet a man who moves with logic, who doesn't bow down to their emotions, they say he's harsh, he's toxic. They call him everything but what he really is, which is honest. Let's be honest, ladies. If you only want a man who agrees with you, then what you really want is a yes man, not a partner.
Being called a real man is deadass one of the most insulting things a woman could ever say to you. If you're being called a real man, there's like a 95% chance you're doing some sucker. You see, I noticed shorties only call a dude a real man if he's pandering, simping, or just doing something that greatly benefits her. Real talk. Usually at his own expense. When a man has standards, he's controlling. When a man doesn't want her acting ratchet, he's insecure. When a man is prioritizing his own well-being, he's narcissistic or egotistical. But when he's paying all her bills, he's a real man. When he's taking care of the 6 kids that she has with 7 different niggas, he's a real man. Y'all see how that works? As a fella, when you hear those words, real man, that is a time for you to stop, check, and really self-reflect on what you've been doing. You gotta ask yourself, like, yo, am I being a sucker right now?
There's something that we don't say out loud. Ladies, don't get mad at me because I'm about to tell on us. I'm sorry. So, all the women that act like there are no men available, they're not being completely honest, because 99.9% of them do have or have had someone interested in them. It's just not the person that they want, which is not the same thing as there not being any men that are interested in you. So be honest about that, because here's the thing. If you reframe this to say to yourself, oh, God is letting me know that there are men that do want me and are available, but I'm choosing to wait for the one that I desire, then you're trusting, you're not complaining. That's a reframe. You're welcome.
conversation of why men aren't getting married in conjunction with the male loneliness epidemic, I think now more than ever, it's not about just being able to find and get someone and just dating. It's the after effect of dating and finally settling down and getting married. I think that's where y'all are losing men. I want you to take a look at this real quick.
It's just not worth it dealing with someone else every single day of your life. Every day. Every day you gotta deal with somebody. Well, is marriage even worth it? It's not. It's not. And I am a good man. I do. And that's not the point. The point is, it's like, you really do lose yourself. You lose your sense of individuality. Always having to consider their feelings. Always.
So that video is quite old now. It's a couple months old. And since that time, there have been more women making videos exactly like that, to where they got the man that they wanted, they got married, they had the kids, they had the life that they wanted, and then they realized that they no longer want that life. But it's like, okay, well, now I'm in too deep. What do I do? And that's just like regular people are doing that. You also have this whole Aisha Curry situation that's been going on, where she is unsatisfied. She has more than anyone could ever asked for, and she is also feeling unsatisfied. She also feels like she has, you know, you've lost yourself, you don't know who you are, you couldn't do this, you didn't have time for that, whatever the case may be, but this is the life that you chose. So when the expectation is put up on men to provide the lives that these women that are coming on here and complaining about, to provide the lives that they want to live, the conversation is always men need to protect, provide, give women a sort of luxurious lifestyle. If the men that are doing that have wives that are coming on here and crying and bawling their eyes out and going through a crisis because they have the perfect life, what then is the incentive for men who aren't married to then go ahead and provide that life? Because this is beyond just normal relationship issues. This is someone who is like oppressed by the perfection of the life that they have, and whether it's because they feel like they're missing out on something now, like they missed out on something in the past, or that they're going to miss out on something in the future because of now. What do you do with a person like that? What do you as a husband say to the wife that you have children with and built a life with, who she doesn't hate you, she doesn't have any issues, she says you are perfect? What then do you do with that person who is extremely unhappy in what you provided that they asked for? The only recourse then seems to be divorce, or allow your wife to live a life that is not conducive to the marriage and the life that you've already created, I guess at the sacrifice of your own personal happiness, so that she can be happy. And what sacrificed then is, I would imagine, the mental health of whoever that husband is, perhaps a certain sacrifice of the happiness for the children so that the mother can live the life that they want to live. But again, that you're de-incentivizing the entire end goal of these relationships that we're complaining about having or not having. That is a man investing his time, his blood, sweat, tears, his finances, all to create a life just for the other person to complain that it's too perfect. I don't think, mind you, I'm married, I'm not dealing with these kind of issues. However, I don't think that the next generation of men that is up at bat to propose to women, y'all are greatly de-incentivizing them, like, being completely honest. Even outside of marriage, y'all have made dating culture TikTok content. Y'all, every time you go on a date, y'all come on here and post a video about either how good it was, how bad it was. You have a camera up in the guy's face. Y'all don't even treat men that you're dating like real people at this point. This is all content and what you can show another person. It's kind of ridiculous. But back to the original point, I think that we have shown that protection and provision is actually useless and meaningless in the long run, because someone can hate you because you're not doing those things. But when you give them those things, because there's nothing left to chase, there's that chaos isn't there in that person's lives, you can also end up in the same place as if you just didn't do it at all.
Where are we meeting the men that don't suck? Where are we finding them? Someone tell me where I can find a decent, loyal, funny, good-looking guy around here?
I'm convinced that it ain't no motherfucking out here anymore. It's just with balls.
Where have all the good men gone?
Where are all the men? Where can I find a good man? Where can I find a man? Where are all the men?
Where are the men at? Where are the men that are gonna open the car door?
Chivalry is dead, and women killed it.
Where are the men at that are going to provide and protect? Like, women have ruined this for us. Where do I find y'all?
Do you ever think that they might be sick and tired of having half their stuff taken from them if you're not happy? Did you ever think that they don't like being accused of being abusive because, I don't know, they said, I don't like this, or you shouldn't do that, or maybe they got angry?
Where are all the good men that still respect women to understand that they don't deserve to be played with, lied to, and manipulated?
All the good men got played, so now all they do is just work, scroll TikTok, chill, and ignore people.
I'm genuinely curious why y'all are saying no to marriage. Like, I just want to know.
The good men are the ones that have put in so much effort and had women trash them for putting in the effort. They've had women take advantage of them because they want to be a gentleman, they want to open the doors, they want to pay for your dinner, and you just expect that that is supposed to happen. The idea that you should have multiple men pandering after you just to see which one is the best is atrocious.
I can't believe that I'm 28 years old and I have nothing to show for it. Nothing. What the have I done? My entire life. What have I done?
Leave these bad boys alone. You don't want them. They might be fun when you're young. They don't work. They want to party all the time. They want to do drugs. They want to smoke. They want to hustle. Leave them alone. This is the year to get a corny man, okay? We're moving on. That's the new groove. If you corny, you are for me. Russell Wilson, think like that. You want a man that want to go to school, want to study, want to have a steady job. Because let me tell you something, okay? You're going to look up in that corny dude who was working a 9 to 5, going to school and all that stuff. You're going to look up and 10 years later, he going to own the store. He going to own the McDonald's. He going to have his doctor's degree. He going to have whatever else. And you done passed up on him when you was young and fine and kidless, playing with the hustlers, okay? And he going to be married to somebody else looking at you crazy like, no, he don't want you. Ladies, it's time to play the long, smart game. Get somebody with potential who likes you. He may be corny. He may not have it all. But guess what? Y'all can grow together. And you'll be looking back and you'll thank me later. Okay? This is the year to get a corny man.
Where are all the good men? They're pretty much hiding out until they find the same thing that they will provide. It's basically for their weaknesses and insecurities to be known but not taken for granted. Which I know sounds like a duh, bare minimum kind of thing. But the truth is that that sort of thing is expected of men. But somehow it is not expected for men. And that's why good men are still out there. They just don't want to be found by the wrong person.
Society only chooses to focus on toxic masculinity. I'm here to provide you with my list of the top toxic femininity traits. Utter disdain for men. These are the women that categorize all men with the stereotypical toxic masculinity traits. Just because someone has a Y chromosome does not mean that their only intention is to sleep with you, cheat on you, or traumatize you with their uncontrollable aggression and anti-feminist behavior. Always trying to outman men. Same women who want to be equal to men also pray for the downfall of men. Amazing how that works. Ladies, if you spend your entire life trying to prove to men that you can be better than them, you'll attract none of them.
Leave us alone.
And when they finally do, what then will one have to complain about?
Where are all the good men? Here's the thing. I just want to let you know as an update, the good men are everywhere. They are everywhere, sis. The problem is you either have disqualified them for your own unrealistic, ridiculous requirements, or they have been so scared from accusations, being told that they are harassing, or, you know, thinking that you want them to approach you, but then carrying on, like, how dare they find the audacity to approach you.
Men, female, anybody who feels that way about marriage, please just let me know why, because I'm genuinely curious. Like, even after having somebody literally tell me I do not want to marry you, and I had to break up with them because they weren't going to do it, I just feel like I would still get married to the right person, because marriage could be a beautiful thing, and I do believe that there are faithful people.
Winter is here.